Hola from the west side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. How y'all doing? Is everybody good? Is everybody good? I hope so. I know it has been a rough 24 hours. It's been a rough 24 hours. But everything is good.
Okay.
And we are hopefully going to have some type of decision this week. You know? That's what the hope is. You know, so let me do my, I don't know what I have to do. I gotta do my cleaning. Let me what's going on? I gotta get it together over here. Alright, so let me turn down this volume. Y'all know I just did an update on my phone, so tonight I decided that I would do something I haven't done in quite some time. And that is broadcast from my laptop instead of from my phone. I hope some of you guys will be able to catch me today during the day. But let me go on and share up my stream so the folks know that I'm online. Put it on out there. Run through and chat and chill. Now, this election process, y'all, it's got a lot of folks stressed. You know, a lot of folks are stressed. But at this particular point, what I say is that we need to let the quote-unquote democratic process play itself out. Let all the votes get counted. You know, and all of these court battles that Mr. Trump thinks that he's going to take to the Supreme Court, to me, are just a slap in the face to the democratic process that 4 years ago won him the White House. So what I don't understand is when it's working for you, you're okay with it. But when it's not working for you, you have a problem with it. Now, y'all, this man is on one. He got out there last night and blatantly declared victory when clearly he has not, no one has won this presidential race yet. But this is the characteristics of someone who's delusional. That's what I see, is that he is delusional. I'm eating a shrimp, y'all. I know y'all is like, dang, DC always eating. Yeah, DC's always eating something. But actually tonight, I worked late. And so I didn't get to eat earlier. So I'm kind of, I ordered myself some sushi. I haven't had sushi in so long. And it's actually decent, surprisingly. So, but my thing is that Mr. Trump is trying to, what it looks like are acts of desperation on the part of the Republican Party. And yeah, I know everybody's going to go back to 2000 when it was Al Gore and it was the Democrats. And, well, let's see. In 2000, I was still a Democrat in 2000. Yeah, 20 years ago, I was still a Democrat. And I believe that the 2000 election was given to George W. by the Supreme Court. But here's what I'm going to tell you. This Supreme Court does not want to decide who the president is. They want it to be the voice of the people. Hey, Tutu Thing Thing. Hey, Uppity Unicorn. And just because the people aren't speaking the way you want them to speak, Mr. Trump, you need to allow the process to play out. And if he's going to sue, pick a state. You can't do it in all of those different states. You're only going to be able to do it in one of them. If you're really trying to take this to the Supreme Court. But if Mr. Biden gets Nevada, then he would pretty much have the 271 votes that he needs at that point. And if he gets Pennsylvania or even Georgia, North Carolina is far, far away in the future. So nobody even needs to be thinking about North Carolina. North Carolina is not going to count their freaking votes until November the 12th. So we don't even need to be thinking about North Carolina at this point. I don't know what kind of cockamamie stuff that is, but they have till a certain date, and I don't know if they're doing that to piss off 45 or what. I don't know what the rationale behind that is waiting, but hopefully in the next day or two, we'll know definitively for Arizona, because I know not all of the stations have called Arizona, and we will definitively know for Nevada, hopefully by Friday. Hey, Six Figure Days, thank you for listening. So here's my question, Black people. What do we expect if Joe Biden becomes 46? What are we going to hold his feet to the fire about? Because he don't get this for nothing. And if he wants to unify the country, that's great. But there should be some other things on his agenda because, frankly, when 44 was in, there were many things that could have been done, that probably should have been done, that didn't get done. And since Joe has said that he is the great negotiator and he knows how to go across the aisle, we're going to see how much he's going to be able to negotiate and compromise with what appears is going to be a Republican-dominated Senate. You know? Now he has the House, but again, he says that he doesn't want this to be a divided country. And I really hope he means that. Because that's why some people voted for him. You know, but this is nerve-wracking for a lot of people. But good news in California, it appears that I think it was Prop 16. I believe that was the one that was supposed to deal with women's rights and affirmative action, basically bringing that back. Looks like that one might squeak through in California. You know, giving back some of the things that Proposition 209 took away from us in the 90s. So that's a good thing here in California. And locally in LA, it appears that the state senator who got the Crown Bill through in California, Holly Mitchell, is now going to be on the LA City Council, either LA City Council or no LA County Board of Superintendents. It looks like she beat out Herb Wesson because they were both going after Mark Ridley Thomas's seat. And this is just local politics that I'm talking about right now. But it also appears that in Los Angeles County, that is, that the voters have decided that they do want money to go away from the police and more towards mental health and youth programs. I think it was Measure J. I believe that's what the measure was. So we're going to see how that works. Seriously, we're going to see how that works. Because, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. All these promises that the city of LA and, you know, the county is making in regards. So we're going to see what happens in regards and see if they put their money where their mouth is in regards to that funding. Hey, Matt. But, you know, I know there's a lot of people around the country that are really, really unhappy right now. And I know there's a bunch of others who are being hopefully optimistic. Y'all know we don't trust this man. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna say the same thing that DOD said this morning. Shouts out to DOD. By the way, this man is gonna cause havoc on his way out. But I'd rather it be him causing havoc on his way out than having another 4 years with him. I'm just being totally honest. Because as I told you guys last night, I really feel that he will just continue to tear this country apart. We really need someone that is going to try to repair our country. This should not be a red and blue country. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be based on your politics. But I know there's many of us that ain't gonna be friends with folks who voted on the other side. You know, I have family members that did that. I just try to understand their point of view. None of my immediate family, though. Hey, Fire and Air. Frost E. So it's going to be, I'm going to say the next couple of days will at least give us an idea of what is coming out of several states. But I honestly don't think that that's going to be the end of it. I don't think that even if they show that Mr. Biden has the electorals, that Mr. Trump is not going to try to fight. And what I hate is that he's trying to delegitimize valid votes that were received on time. You know, he's trying to say some of them are dead people. This is just ludicrous. Dead people aren't voting. Mr. Trump, let the votes be open and find out who they did vote for. Because in some instances, they might have actually voted for you and not for Mr. Biden. And wouldn't you want to know that? But it's not going in his favor in most of the cases, and that's what he's afraid of. That's what he's afraid of. Just looking to see what you guys are saying in the chat. What is Frost E in here saying? Oh, we got people in here saying crazy stuff. Let me see what he said. Oh yeah, thank you for hiding it, Frosty. Man, we're not gonna have that. We're not gonna have that. This is not that kind of chat. You must be trolling. You must be trolling. Go troll another chat, please. This is not the place for you. This is not the place for you if you're in here to troll. Sorry. But we don't, we don't do trolls. That's okay. Miss Pamela got him. She got that fool. When I saw what he said, I said, "Oh, oh, is that how you feel? Is that how you feeling?" See, that's why I don't come on camera. That's exactly why I don't come on camera. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm walking across the room because I'm on the laptop today, so the headset is not with me. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, that's why I don't be going and camming up all the time at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. I could just imagine if I had to come on Halloween, which I did not. But yeah, don't come up in here with that old BS. Clearly, I may not look like it, but I am an elder. Okay? I'm an elder. Don't do it. Some consider me a senior citizen. I don't consider myself one, but some do. I can get some of those discounts though. Man. I'm like in here messing with an old woman. You know what I'm saying? They on some BS. But I would just love to be a fly on the wall at the White House right now, you guys. I would love to be a fly on the wall at the White House right now. Because y'all, if this is pretty much decided as far as electorals before Saturday, before the weekend, Saturday Night Live is going to be stupid. Because y'all know who is going to be hosting Saturday Night Live. My hometown hero, Dave Chappelle. So, if this is pretty much, he's just going to clown some more. And, at this point, the comics are ready to clown him for being basically he's stomping up and down like somebody took his toy away from him. They're taking away his toy, the United States. Because we are just a toy to him. That man don't give a damn about us. He's made that perfectly clear for the last 4 years. And when I say us, I mean all of us, not just black people. He don't give a damn about white, or as you call them, people of no color either. He doesn't. He don't care about nobody but his daggone self. And you see what happened? Those folks in the Midwest, that he fed a bunch of lies, talking about he was going to bring back the manufacturing jobs. Well, where they been this last 4 years that you've been promising them? And now you're going to come with that same old BS again. They wasn't falling for it again, Mr. Trump. And I told y'all, Minnesota was a done deal after George Floyd. And after he started talking about the black people who, or the people who were out for Black Lives Matter, and specifically for George Floyd, calling them thugs. It was a wrap for him on the state of Minnesota at that point. You know, and he pissed off the folk in Wisconsin too, and Michigan. Come on now, he got Michigan on a fluke 4 years ago, and it was within the last 4 years that Flint was drinking that lead poisoned water. I don't see him doing nothing about that. He never did anything about that. Never even questioned that. Not really. But, you know, hey. You know, it was just a bunch of poor people. He didn't care. I guess it was just a bonus to them that they were black. So it's going to be interesting because he is trying to challenge the electoral process. The electoral process is there for a reason. But here's the thing. You're not even winning the popular vote. 45. But it's nice. See, your people were saying you were going to get the popular vote and you were going to have the electoral college. But it's looking like it's the opposite. Kind of like in reverse. So, you know, but shouts out to my friend Felicia of the Lockhart perspective. She has blown her channel up. She's got like almost 2.4K subscribers. She does like, you know, talks to people, all kinds of different people. Right now she does, you know, political commentary, does everything. And then on top of that, girl can sing her butt off. We used to be in the same choir. She used to go to church with me. She's from Cali, but she's back, you know, east nowadays. And so if you guys get a chance, she's been in the chat before, but she's doing a panel, or was doing a panel earlier. And one of the things that they were asking on there, because the folks that she hangs out with are not necessarily the folks that are going to vote for Biden. They're not necessarily the folks who are going to vote for a Trump either. Okay. But, you know, they were making commentary about exactly what I just said. Now that if we have a 46th president, what are we going to require of him? You know, are we going to, you know, let him do just like everybody else has done, is talked out the side of their neck and never done anything that they said they were going to do? I think the one thing that I would love to see is if he could really bring some unity back to this country. Now, it's going to be hard because it's racial unity that we need. You know, I mean, it's so heavy here. And I know that racism does not just exist in the United States. It's just in your face, blatant here, you know, and it's different than it is in other countries because we were slaves, as far as they were concerned. Our ancestors were their servants, were their property. And so some of them have this animosity. It's crazy. It's sick. It's sad. Sad is what it is. And you guys, as each day goes by and we don't have a definitive winner, my concern is that the crazies are going to start to come out. And I'm not talking about crazies as in, people with mental issues, although they may have mental issues, but I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so I can't make that kind of diagnosis. But I'm talking about crazies as far as militias, people acting weird and stuff because they're afraid that, their president is going to be gone. And here's the thing. Now, when 44 had to hand over the White House to 45, it felt like a death to many Americans. Because, a lot of Americans liked 44. Now, okay, 44 got a lot of things done, but there's some things that certain of us feel he should have done when he was in here. However, as we have to realize, as a president, even if they're our skin color, can't be a president just for us, although we might want it that way. Because as we all know, we're only 13% of the entire population, and we're barely holding on to that. Lisa in Georgia says they're going to count all night. Good for Georgia. All I know is right now, because my brother lives in Georgia, everybody in Georgia just stay inside, especially if you're a person of color. It's a little crazy down in Georgia right now. The tension around the vote. They've shown, in several places where people were kind of acting foolish last night. Heck, I even saw that they were acting stupid in my hometown, our nation's capital. And we're talking with people from both sides because everyone is so passionate about their candidate. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not passionate about neither one of them. I wasn't. I just had a preference of what I didn't want to deal with for another 3 years. And we still don't know how that situation is going to truly pan out. It looks like now if Joe gets Nevada, he has enough votes. Or if he gets any other, all he needs is one more state, and I guess Arizona to be confirmed. And he's good. Now, if Georgia comes back and Georgia goes to 45, 45 still needs Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania and Georgia are both extremely tight. It looks like Pennsylvania might be more for Mr. Biden once the votes come in from the Philadelphia area. And they think that he may get more votes once they've counted all those Atlanta, the Fulton and the Cobb County votes. So, and I learned something actually new during this election process. I had no idea that the state of Oregon was in 2 different time zones. I always thought the entire state was on Pacific time, but apparently there's one obscure county that's on Mountain time. One county. Rest of the state is on Pacific. That one state is on Mountain. And I talked to a friend of mine who lives in Oregon who didn't even know it. But then they came back and said, oh yeah, there's one county that's on Mountain time. Just looking to see what you guys are saying. But me saying I didn't have a passion about it doesn't mean I'm not caring about who the ultimate person in the White House is. I most definitely do care if Mr. Biden is that person. I at least feel that a sense of dignity will be given back to our country. Right now, I feel that we are the laughing stock, and that everybody looks at us as a joke because of who our president is. It's not the same as when Ronald Reagan was president. Because although he had been an actor, and people made a joke about us having an actor for a president, the man had been governor of a state. Mm-hmm. This state, the state that I live in now. So he had shown that he had some political wherewithal. Do I think that he was suffering from Alzheimer's during part of the time that he was in the White House? I think it's possible. I don't know if they knew that he had it, but I think that Nancy did. Just my thinking. But it's different between Ronald Reagan and 45. 45 is really seen as someone who has no couth. He may be a great businessman, but he doesn't follow any kind of decorum. And he is always self-praising. There's not a humble bone in this man's body. And he has a very warped view of who he is. Those things are kind of scary. My personal opinion is that if he loses, he needs to just go away for a little while. Go off on a vacation. Like what Rock did. Go away, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that he is going to just be that sore loser, pouting and shouting and just screaming from the sideline. He's not going to be John Q. Public. He's just going to complain about everything because, this was the ultimate for him to be president. It was like being God to him. And it appears that it's being taken away. Oh my goodness, y'all. Nightbot came in tonight. Do you guys see? Didn't I tell you that's what Nightbot is supposed to do? That's what I programmed Nightbot to do. To say, welcome to the Purple Paisley Den. Sit back and enjoy the vibe. That's the first time in 2 months the Nightbot has come in and said something. Tutu think, girl, you should feel special. Nightbot must like you. Because see, Nightbot can't time you out because you're a mod. But I can't believe it. Nightbot came in and was polite to somebody. Didn't just come twerking through my chat. Like he normally does. He normally just comes twerking through the chat, timing people out, and then leaves. That's what Nightbot normally does. But tonight, Nightbot was polite to Tutu Thing and said what I told Nightbot to say. So you see, I did program the daggone thing correctly. It just doesn't want to act right. It's finicky. Oh man, okay. So now that it's doing that, maybe I'll add some more things in there. Hey, Carolyn. I didn't see you come in. I'm so busy talking. Thank you for coming, Carolyn. I appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me in the algorithm. So you guys, this is not exactly what I expected with our political process. I think all of us thought after 2000 that we would never see something like that again. And yet here we are. Thankfully, we don't have any hanging chat. And everyone has gone pretty much to, automated, screens. And many states had all, the early results there. So they literally only had to push a button. Last night. But that's not what you do with the mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots are generally more of a manual process in counting. And we already know that across this country, because of the pandemic, there were record numbers of people who requested mail-in ballots. My son was one of them because the crowds freaked him out. Even though there really weren't any crowds when I went and voted, but we're on this new system, so y'all know why I just didn't want him to do it. He can always go vote in person. He doesn't have to do it by mail if he doesn't want to. But I think it's easier for him to be by mail so that if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. But it was very easy to turn in his mail-in ballot. And in a state like California that is overwhelmingly liberal, it would have been very hard for it to not be blue. I think maybe the last time California was red was probably when Ronald Reagan was in office, and I wouldn't know because I didn't live in California at the time. I was still, I wasn't old enough to vote when he was in office. I'm trying to think, who was the first president that I was able to vote for? Was it Clinton? No, yeah, maybe it was Clinton. Because I don't think that I voted for. I don't know if I voted. I don't know if I was old enough to vote when George H. I don't know if I was. I mean, I'm old, but I ain't that old. I wasn't old enough to vote until the 80s. And actually, I wasn't 18 when I voted in a presidential election because of when I turned 18. So I think was 21 when I voted in a presidential election. And I think the first one I did was absentee because I was in college. I think the first time I voted, in a presidential election, it was by absentee ballot for the state that I grew up in. Because my mom at that time and I was still a resident of the state of Maryland, so I voted for Maryland versus California until I was out of school. See what you guys are saying. Oh yeah, Davis back there singing and talking and stuff. Y'all, we are trying to get him some assistance to help him to be more independent. So I'm hoping it comes sooner than later, even though I am looking for a place. I hope it comes sooner than later. Because we're not sure when he's going to be back in services. It may not be until January. They're not going to wait until there's a vaccine because that's not going to be anytime soon. That was just a promise that I hated that he kept putting that out there. And I don't feel sorry for him if he loses. I'm sorry, I don't. I I don't want to deal with him for 4 more years. You know, I don't. Now, I know that Biden said he was going to come in there and try to undo things, some of the things that, everything that Mr. Trump did. But let me just say this. It's no more right for Mr. Biden to come in there and try to erase Mr. Trump's legacy than it was for Mr. Trump to go in and try to erase Mr. Obama's legacy. I would say the things that Mr. Trump has done that are good things, why would you want to get rid of those things? Leave them and work on things that he may have done that are maybe detrimental or maybe harmful to the country. But as bad of a president as I think that this man is, he did a couple of things right. Like doing those pardons for people like that lady that Kim Kardashian came out there to plead for, and multiple others like her. That was a good thing. I do know that he did it for political reasons. Nonetheless, it was a good thing. It just was. And sometimes God will use evil people, for his glory. Even though, of course, Mr. Trump wanted all the glory for himself. Because it was all about him. But I just think that I really think that the people around him basically underestimated people's turnout to vote. And a lot more people did vote by mail, but a lot of people delivered those mail-in ballots in person. So I just think, I hope in the end it shows that more people participated in the election process this year. It's looking like it is more people than ever. And in regards to that, I have to say I am proud of our country, of the citizens of this country, for getting out and doing that. Even if I don't agree with, people who wanted to vote for Mr. Trump, and I know some of y'all were Black people like myself. Some of them are friends of mine, but it's not looking like your dude is going to be in there for another 4. So now what? What's the plan with the new guy? How many of y'all really paid attention to what he said he was going to do when he came into office? I hope you guys were paying attention. You can always go to the website for the Biden Harris and look it up. I'd do that if I were you. So what he says he stands for, so that you can hold his feet to the fire. I don't think that this is going to be an easy presidency for whoever it ultimately is. It's definitely not going to be easy presidency if 45 continues to be president and we don't have a 46th president. Because I don't even want to think about it. And then it's definitely going to be difficult, but not, I don't think, impossible with Joe coming in. Because, you know, although the country made us think they were ready for a black president, we all know that every damn president, with the exception of 2, are related, including Barack Obama. And he's not just related to the Bushes. No, that by itself would just be enough. Oh, but no. Even freaking Trump. Now, you know what I found very interesting when I was looking up genealogy of presidents being related? You know who wasn't in there? Like, wasn't even mentioned that he wasn't? Bill Clinton. He wasn't even in there under his real, the name he was born with, which was William Jefferson Blythe III. He changed his last name to Clinton. Didn't y'all know that? Y'all know that, right? But anyway, yeah, he wasn't even in there. So if they don't have him as being related to anyone, then that would be 3. One was Taft, and the other one was McKinley. They were not related to anybody else. But every other president, and then Bill Clinton, which doesn't seem to fall in the mix at all, every other president, including Barack Obama, is related to at least one other president, is related to the Bushes. But he's also related to, I believe it's James Monroe and Lyndon Johnson. Y'all know the presidency is an incestuous office. Isn't that freaking crazy? And then most of them all go back to some king in England, including Mr. Obama. Just, all on his mama's side, his mama's side. Because his daddy's side is African. Kenyan. But no, his mother's people, I guess, go all the way back to one of those boats that came sailing over here. And he's related to the Bushes. And he's related to James Monroe. And he is related to Lyndon Johnson. It's a few of them. If you Google what presidents are related, it comes up. I mean, it goes into fathers and the sons, and and the fact that Eleanor Roosevelt was Teddy Roosevelt's niece, and her maiden name was Roosevelt. And she married Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was, you know, her cousin, several times removed. I'm just telling y'all, when you just think about it, that's probably why Barack Obama was the first black president, because he's part of the family. He's part of the family. It's kind of sick when you think about it. So now I wonder, if Biden is elected, who he's related to. Because you know they are related. Including the Kennedys. Don't let that fool you. Including the Kennedys. They're related to somebody too. All of them. You know, I think they think that the two Johnsons may be related. They just don't know how. You know, Andrew and Lyndon. They just don't know how. I'm telling you, incestuous is the presidency of the United States of America. Everybody's related. It's one big fat family. It's like it's a couple of families that roll on through this. It's maybe 5 or 10 families. They're all related. I'm telling you, because many of them are related to multiples. Even Obama is related to multiples. Since we only thought he was related to the Bushes, come to find out that's not true. He's related to 2 other. Y'all. And even Trump. Now, I don't know. One of the presidents was adopted. So I don't know. I can't remember. Was it Ford?
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, I've been on here for over an hour. It's after midnight. You don't have on no shirt. He wants to come over here with no shirt. You don't have on no shirt. Get a shirt. Get a t-shirt. If you get a t-shirt, you can come over here. Yeah, you're not coming over here without a shirt on. I'm sorry. Is that yours? Is that your t-shirt? Here, put a t-shirt. Just put it on long enough to get you on camera. It's time to go to bed. Anyway. Sorry, y'all. You can't come on camera without a without a shirt. Okay. I'm like, he can't come on camera without a shirt. You don't have to button it. You can come on over. There he comes. Say hi. Right there. See? There you go. See? How are you? That's good. All right. I see you. Now take that shirt off. All right, y'all. See, y'all haven't seen me. I've been on here twice today because I was on. And I'm sorry, Tutu Thing. I know I saw that you came at the end earlier. That was kind of like a pop-up. I may do one again tomorrow. Just depends on how things are going. But today I felt like I had to.
Okay.
But I'll see you guys tomorrow. And now I'm on the screen. I'm not on my phone. I'm actually sitting in one place. I have the lights on. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Peace.